Welcome back to our podcast with your host, me, Natalie, Lexi, and Nina. Before we hit off with our Now What's of the Week, we've got one very serious question for you listeners that we desperately need the answer to. If we were Powerpuff Girls, who would each of us be? Everyone, please write down your responses, comment down below, and let us know.
Should we take a BuzzFeed quiz?
Oh my god, should
Stop.
we? Let's do it.
All right, if you were a Powerpuff Girl, which one would you be?
Wait, link it in the chat. So we're all taking the same Powerpuff Girl.
It's the BuzzFeed one. It should be the first one that pops up, but I'll
Okay,
here.
wait. I'm looking. Ooh, yay.
I sent.
Linked.
Oh.
Thank you, Nina. Yay! Okay. All right, let's go.
So, in case we need a refresher, the iconic threesome is made up of Buttercup, Bubbles, and Blossom. Buttercup is tough as nails, Bubbles is the ultra sweet beauty, and Blossom is the fearless leader. So let's see, which ones are we? What is the main ingredient in your personality? A teaspoon of hate, a cup of beauty, a tablespoon of love, or a dash of aggression?
All right, Lexi. Which one do you think each of us are?
I mean, like, I just kind of think that Natalie is like the dash of aggression, just like the teeniest, tiniest bit.
Yes.
Thank you, I appreciate.
In the same light, no. I mean, like, I'm stuck between a cup full of beauty and a teaspoon of hate for Nina because you're both. You're both so beautiful.
Oh,
But
thank you. I am beautiful and hateful at once.
yes, at the same time.
Whoever said it was sugar and spice was wrong. It's beauty and hatred.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about me?
I would say equally between a tablespoon of love and a cup full of beauty.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Wait, you saying I have no hate? I got some.
You do?
I'm not very rough around the edges, guys.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Lex, you can be very aggressive and very hateful if needed, but you don't bring that into your everyday life. You're very much like love first, questions later.
That makes sense. 'Cause I try to be like, nice and like understanding. Sometimes people just test you though,
Sometimes
do be
people are
testing
just
you.
testy. They
You
just
know?
testy. Okay, I
I
would
think-
agree with your assumption though.
For you?
Yeah, for me, I was gonna say a dash of aggression.
Yeah. Just
As
like the tiniest dash,
Yeah.
like
Just a dash.
it's just
Just
a
a dash.
sprinkle.
I would say it's a teaspoon of hate because we talked about spite a lot. I think in unemployment, even in I think depression, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
So I need that spite to wake me up in the morning with my coffee, with my
sure.
hazelnut latte, is a little bit of spite.
It's not the European way of doing it, a black coffee and a cigarette. It's the American way with an iced coffee and spite.
You just called me American.
Aww!
Yes.
USCIS, do you hear that? I'm
Yeah.
American now.
I have
Eagles
assimilated.
You are.
preachers. For those
I
of you who
did
don't
it.
know, I'm originally from the Philippines. Thank you. But for you, Lexi, I agree. It's either the cup of beauty or the teaspoon of love. For you.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I think it's more, I think you just give that sweet tea Southern. So I feel like you need a little bit of that. You have like that, you have a tablespoon of love. Oh, wait, it does say tablespoon. You have a tablespoon of love.
That is so true, though. As ironically, guys, she absolutely despises sweet tea. Cannot stand the stuff.
I don't like sweet tea.
That's because she has too much of it in her veins already,
True, and
organically.
And that is why I get drunk off of sweet tea. I relapse, guys. I'm addicted.
Mhm.
There's no sweetness in this body.
Tell me why I just got an ad for Dexcom G7, which is a tool for
Aw.
managing diabetes.
Nice.
I think they're telling you something about your future, Nina.
Yeah.
Oh no.
All right,
Oh
next
well, the baking has
question.
finally gotten to me.
All
Oh
right, I'll
yeah.
I'll read the next question. Are you ready? What is your favorite season? So I will take a guess for each and every one. Um, Lexi, I'm gonna say fall. Nina, I'm gonna say spring. And for me personally, it's fall. How did I do?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean,
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of
spring
split.
for you, for yourself.
Yeah.
What are you in between? Because I
Hmm.
almost said
Spring and
summer.
fall.
Interesting. Okay.
Summer's too hot for me.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say it, because you've only ever spent summer in NYC, and like that is
Yeah.
gross.
Hi, the Philippines.
Yeah, I
Hello.
meant in terms of like the United States. Like
Now,
summer.
not only am I now American, I am also a New Yorker.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah,
completely
baby.
abandoned your Filipino identity.
Woo!
We're like, actually, since the only thing you know are New York winters, I think
I think you're wrong, actually,
You've
Nina.
never been to a beach.
um, okay, so are we like all fall girlies?
I
Are we
don't
are we
know.
all ever more folklore?
See, because like I think honestly, I'm probably more of like a spring or a summer.
I
Like,
was gonna say summer for you, Lexi.
Yeah,
yeah,
you
I don't.
do be loving laying out in the sun.
I do like laying out in the sun. I just like to photosynthesize
Like
and
a plant.
like a plant. I don't do well in the winters when there's no sun and there's no light
Hmm.
and it's just sad. No,
That's
I don't
fair.
know. But I definitely see fall for you, Nat. Like very like cozy vibes, warm, Gossip Girl reruns,
Gilmore Girls, get it.
Gilmore Girls. I'm
Gilmore
sorry.
Girls, get it right. Do not disrespect.
Sorry. I'm
You're like,
so
we do
sorry.
not talk about blatant Blake Lively in this
In
household.
this house.
If you guys ever ask what kind of
Leighton Meester, though.
neurodivergent, Blatant Meester, absolutely. If you ever wondered what kind
Blatant.
of neurodivergence I have, it's that I start Gilmore Girls every year on the dot September 1st. So, yeah.
La
Yeah.
la
La-
la 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 la. When you open your eyes and yeah,
Yeah,
no, I have a Lorelai Gilmore playlist, and that's the one that I like after I went through a really bad breakup and I couldn't listen to music for a while.
Mhm.
I couldn't listen to Taylor Swift, guys. It was bad. All right. And so like I was just gonna cry every time I heard it. So I started listening to this Lorelai Gilmore soundtrack, and that's the one that like helped me through it. I was like, all right, yes, when you open your eyes and dream all along, absolutely.
I love that. Nina, do you want to go ahead and read the next question and guess for each of us?
Sure. Pick a useless superpower. I misread the first option. So this is what it actually says. Being able to fly, but only for 20 feet at a time. I thought that it said being able to fly, but being, but only being 20 feet tall.
You
Like
can
you can
only
only fly
go
20 feet up.
20 feet up, guys. That's it.
No, like you are organic, you are 20 feet tall and you can fly. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
that doesn't sound so useless, but I guess you can't go anywhere. Um, all right, next option. Being able to time travel, but only to the worst day of your life.
Damn.
Being able to
No.
move objects, yeah, just trauma.
Yeah,
Being able
no.
to move objects with your mind a few inches at a time. Or being able to produce odorless farts. Okay, so
So random. Tell me
we're
why my
picking.
first thought was being able to time travel, but only to the worst day of your life. And I was like, isn't that just PTSD?
Yeah. Yes.
Like, honey, I can close my eyes and I'm right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I feel like, well, it depends. Because I'm like, Natalie, I almost said being able to fly, but only for 20 feet at a time. Just so you could, like, move all the mugs that your husband puts on the top shelf and put it even higher. and, and so he has to ask you for help this time. um,
Mhm.
Reverse the tables. Use it for pettiness and pettiness alone.
And you know I
Um,
would.
you
Mhm.
would. And Lexi, for you, I said being able to produce odorless farts because of your job of touring. You interact with
Yes.
most people. You never know when you're in a car with them. So
I'm
You're right.
loving the
You're
justification
right.
for each of these powers.
I was like,
You're right.
Lexi has a practical reason, you have a petty reason.
What can I say? It's my brand, guys.
God.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So which ones would you pick?
You know, it's funny. I would pick the being only able to fly, but only for 20 feet at a time. Only because,
Hell yeah.
not for the reason you said, but you're so right.
Damn.
I would use it for that reason. I am so incredibly lazy. It's like not even funny. And just the thought of being able to just go 20 feet, which is what, like maybe 15 of my footsteps? Maybe? You know, like that's
Mhm.
not a
Yeah.
far distance. It brings me peace. You know what I mean? Like you're
Mhm.
telling me that like if I still lived in NYC and I was going down the stairs of a subway and I saw the cart approaching, I could fly above all of the slow tourists who are taking up the entire stairwell and
That's
still make
so
my train.
true.
I can't complain. I can't complain. That's all I have to
Yeah.
say.
That's fair.
At first, I was like, "Are you just like, I just don't want to walk." And I said, "Remember that time when I said I'm jealous of wheelchair users?"
Nina,
You
Yes.
might
you
want to
don't
look into that,
understand.
girl.
You don't understand. I think about that all the time and I'm like, man. Well, I mean, to be fair, like I dislocated my collarbone from my
Oh
shoulder,
yeah.
and it's like, oh, right, I do have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I just pretend I don't.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I did the same thing.
Oops.
I have a coworker now who makes fun of me every time I dislocate a rib. Like, I said
Rude.
that I dislocated a rib one time, but because it stuck for such a long amount of time, he just goes like, he'll be like, "This is what you look like when you're teaching. Hey, get back here! Ah!" And clutches his rib. And I'm like, "That's so mean." But
Rude.
just because it's true doesn't mean you have to say it. Um, yeah, what about you, Lexi?
Oh my gosh. I mean, like, honestly, I was gonna say for Natalie, the being able to move objects with your mind
Mm.
for the exact same reason, Nina. Like, for pettiness sake only, I think she would find it really funny to like Sunny to turn around and her move something a little bit and him turn back around and
Gaslight
just
him.
get freaked out.
Guys, you don't
Like,
understand. Gaslighting my husband is my favorite hobby.
They were
like,
always there, babe. It was always there. What do you
What do you
mean? What
mean?
do you mean you
yeah.
misplaced your
Or,
glasses?
I'm
They're
sorry,
right
babe.
Yeah,
there.
they're
I
right
think
there.
I think you really need to go to the eye doctor because it's crazy how you just reached for your glass and missed it. Like that's a little concerning, don't you
He
think?
just
Yeah.
like I was about to say he reaches for it and it
He
moves
just grab it.
and like and
I
you
mean,
Do you know
Natalie,
that?
he would tell you and you'd be like, "Should we get you checked out? Do you think we need to take you to the psych ward? I think you're hallucinating."
babe, I don't know how to tell you this, but you know that is the first sign of Parkinson's, right?
Uh, Do you guys remember that one commercial? I don't even remember what it was for, but it was like that guy that had like $1 on a fishing reel and he went, "Oh, you got to be quicker than that."
It was for
That's
Liberty
what
Mutual Insurance. I love that
Yes!
commercial.
That's what I imagine you doing, just being like, "Oh, got to be quicker than that." Like pulling his drink away 2 seconds at a time.
That man is my idol.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. And then for Nina, like, okay, I hear where you're coming from on mine as well, because I do think I would enjoy being able to produce odorless farts if I could trust it. You know what I mean? Like, if I could trust that every fart that comes out is gonna smell fine, that could change my life a little. I
Mhm.
don't know who I'd be.
IBS queen.
IBS queens. Um, I don't know, but that wasn't the one I picked for myself. I also picked the flying one just because
Yeah.
that seems like the most practical.
Oh my goodness. Okay, moving on back to
Yeah.
Lexi.
Hold on, wait, we didn't pick Nina's.
Oh my God, you're right.
Oh, right.
Sorry,
Hold
Do you want
Nina.
to
on.
guess?
I'm thinking also the moving objects with your mind. I think, like, I don't know. I just think you would find it really practical, especially for baking, because you could just go whoop 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 and have all of your ingredients like flying around.
Yeah.
I would agree, except my reasoning would be for like when you're reaching for something and you're so close to getting it,
I was about to say.
but like
Hmm.
you're like, if it was just a few inches closer, like I wouldn't need to ask for help.
Hmm.
I was about to say, I'm like, I would do the move objects one just because. Listen, sometimes I'd be on the couch and I need the remote. All right? And
Hmm.
yeah, maybe my apartment is small and maybe I could reach for it with my hand. And maybe it's just like a hair out of my grasp. I don't want to sit
Yeah.
sit with pots.
Uh,
Do you know the kind of cardiac event that would cause? It's a risk. It's dangerous. Not only to myself, but everybody around me. You never know who I could faint on. It could be you.
that's a threat.
Oh
Yeah.
my
That's
God.
a good credible threat. Um,
Yeah, 90
like,
pounds of me. How dare you? Be scared. Be
yeah.
afraid.
Whapa! Just falls right on someone.
You've heard of trust fall? You've never heard of Nina.
Yeah.
Trust fall. I'll trust fall you down a pair of stairs. Alright. Just a pair though, not a whole flight. Just
Yeah,
like when you have two steps or something.
you've already reached your concussion threshold for 2025. Like, you can't be
Yeah.
falling down more than like at least two.
No. Yeah. Gotta be safe.
Oh,
Gotta be safe.
gotta be safe. Lexi, your turn.
To ask the next question.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What are you hungry for right now? Chocolate, mozzarella sticks, fruit, or a burger? What if we just all call ours out at the same time?
Like, what we think each of us is gonna say. Like, if you say, like, what do you think Natalie's gonna say? And we all say,
No, like
okay.
just say your own.
Okay.
Mhm. One, two, three. Chocolate.
A
Mozzarella
burger.
sticks.
Alright. Yeah.
Really? I did the reverse for you two. I thought you were gonna say a burger, Natalie, and then you were gonna say mozzarella sticks, Nina.
I thought
Hmm.
about saying chocolate, Lexi, but I have chai cookies right now. So it's kind of filling up my sweet tooth.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Lex, in case you forgot, remember I went through like an entire almost 4 months of making mozzarella sticks at least like
Oh,
three times
I
a week
remember
from
that
scratch.
too.
Yes.
You even advertised it. You were like, it's so easy to make. You just get you get some string cheese, you put breadcrumbs on it, and then you just
You guys don't understand. If I can fry it, I'm gonna do it.
yeah.
The other day I had leftover pickles and I was like, I'm just gonna make fried pickles. Like it can't be that hard. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that's how I learned how to make mozzarella sticks. I was craving mozzarella sticks and I was poor. And I had mozzarella cheese sticks and I was like, what if this is
What
how it
if?
begins? And I literally would make them upwards of 3 times a week for about 4 months. Like it was bad. I love mozzarella sticks.
Okay. You want me to read the
Yeah.
next one?
Yeah.
If you could rename the Powerpuff Girls, what would you call them? Celia, Delia, and Amelia. Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle. April, May, and June. Harry, Ron, and Hermione.
Hmm. I'm are we guessing or are we just gonna say our answer?
I think we
No,
can
we
just
can
say it.
get. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
you want to guess? You want to guess? Okay, Natalie, I think you'd do Celia, Delia, and Amelia.
Am
I
I not
said that with my
obvious?
full chest.
Yeah.
I am not hesitating on this one. And you were correct, Nina. You were correct. Lexi, did you think the same?
I did. I also picked the same one. I think
You
that
do?
one's the cutest. It's the cutest.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
thought that was like the cutest. It's like, oh, and I like all of those names. I feel like,
Yeah.
have you guys ever met Adelia? I like that name a lot.
No, but it is a
No.
cute name.
Very
Yeah.
pretty.
All right.
Alrighty.
All right.
Is it my
Girl
turn?
dinner. Yeah.
Yes. Girl dinner.
Woo! Choose
Girl
your
dinner.
favorite dinner. PB&J, pizza, salad, or lasagna. Am I
Mm.
choosing everyone's or how are we
It's
doing
not clicking.
this?
There we go. It clicked.
Oh,
Yeah.
was I supposed to be clicking my answers? Ah, that makes so much more
Yes.
sense. Give me a second,
Yeah.
guys.
How is BuzzFeed supposed to know
I
what you're
don't know,
selecting?
guys. I don't. I've been having like a lot of like just really dumb moments. Give me a break.
That's
You're
okay.
all good.
Okay,
Should we do this every
version.
week? Like this week is Powerpuff Girls, next week is Totally Spies.
Oh my
That
God,
could be
yes.
funny.
And then can we do Winx Club? I loved Winx Club as
Oh,
a
I
Yeah.
kid.
loved Wings Up. I love Techna.
Yeah, and
Oh,
even if
Techna
we
was
don't
my
put it in the
bae.
episode, I think it'd still be cute for outtakes. You know,
Yeah,
like
for sure.
maybe
It's a
instead
cute
of like
warm up too.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Instead of doing what we usually do, which is shit talk everybody.
We hate
Yeah.
everyone.
We hate everyone, didn't you hear?
Yeah. No, you
Okay.
didn't because we edited it out, but
Haha.
no.
Now we have to edit it out in 2 places.
Haha.
Okay. Out of these, I'm gonna go lasagna. For some reason,
Me
I've had like a
too.
lasagna kick.
Yeah.
I had lasagna with my friend Randy. So Randy is the co-owner of the Pouring Pages. She makes the best lasagna. She will
Oh.
swear that she can't make anything but lasagna, and that's okay with me because I
Yeah.
love that lasagna.
The hairdresser I go to, which is also the hairdresser Lexi goes to, who is still in Florida, guys. She literally flies home for a haircut and to get her hair done. Is now in this like cute little neighborhood, and they have this Italian restaurant that's for the residents only, but like if you're there at like one of the local businesses, you can go. And they made the best lasagna I've ever had, and I've been craving it ever since. I've been like scheming of a way to go to this restaurant.
Can you ship it?
Yeah.
Go there, go to a local business, get your haircut, go get some
Mhm.
takeout, and ship it over here so we can taste it.
Guys,
Yeah.
it's so good.
We'll have a now what meeting for it. Now what? We had the best lasagna ever and we can't ever have it again.
Now what? Our palates are ruined.
Now what? We have to find a professional chef to replicate this recipe.
I know. I like making lasagna. It's just like making a little cake, but meat.
I have
See-
never made lasagna.
You've never made lasagna?
No, because
Meat cake.
it's like obviously it's Italian, but like that's a white people dinner.
Yeah.
You're gonna look at me and you're gonna look at my Colombian mother and say, hey, spend 45 minutes putting together a meat cake and then cook it for an hour. You know what she's gonna say to you? Rice takes 20 minutes. Go
Yeah.
sit down and set the table.
Yeah. Literally.
Like, I wanted to make lasagna probably like a few months ago because, again, like I said, I'm on this lasagna kick. I did not realize how long that takes. I did not realize what a
Yeah.
process that is. And I was like, oh, okay, I
I've
get
had
it.
a lasagna kick for years. Alright. Like,
Yeah.
I don't, it's just like such a homey food. Like, it's like a
Yeah.
good hug.
the thing is, here's my thing. Listener, you're gonna learn some stuff about me. I don't like making cake. I really don't. Okay, to the point where I told my best friend, if you ever see me making cake as my stress baker, like I stress bake. That's why I have so many cookies. Okay, I have a lot of cupcakes because I stress bake. If I ever stress bake a pie or a cake, and I did that for fun, no event, call 911. Cake is not my thing because it takes hours, which is the same reason why lasagna is not the thing that I make. I will make bolognese. I will make Alfredo. I will make marinara. All right. I will make like vodka sauce pasta, but I will not make a lasagna. Because what do you mean? What do you mean? You have to boil the noodles, pull out the cooked noodles, put them on a pan, and you have to make the sauce in a different pot, and then put that in, and then start assembling it, and then put it in the oven to cook some more because I guess you didn't cook it enough the first time. All right. And then pull it out, wait for it to cool, cut it, and there you go. Like there's too many dishes. There's too many
Yeah.
dishes, too many times on the stove, too many times in the oven. Like that, no, but it tastes amazing.
And that is
I
how
just
you
don't have the
know
patience.
that both Nina and I come from very strict rice only ethnicities.
I
That
have so much rice available. Someone made fun of, so I teach kids. We taught them about needs. There was a kid who wrote rice as a need. And one of the
heard.
teachers, the one that makes fun of my dislocated ribs, my friend, says rice is not a need. And I said,
Au
what do
contraire.
you have
Yeah.
with your food? You cannot tell me you make potatoes every single time. You're gonna
Yeah.
mash them, cut them, cube them, everything. Like, no, dude, you gotta make the
No.
rice. It's easy. You rinse it out, you put it in, and it's done in 20.
This is such a tangent, but I don't know if I've ever told this story on the podcast. The very first time I ever had dinner at like a stereotypical white family's house was my friend's house, who I just went to Europe with, and I was bewildered. Like, you guys don't understand. This was such a foreign concept to me. I get my
Mm-hmm.
plate. It is baked chicken with a side of like Alfredo pasta, with
Mm-hmm.
another side of fresh baked bread with vegetables. And then before we even had this meal, we had salad. Like it was like a cute three-course meal. And then this is what gets my mom, okay? We had dessert. This was the first time I've ever heard the word dessert, guys. My friend goes, "Hey mom, what are we having for dessert?" And I look at her like, "What the heck is dessert?" And her mom's like, "Oh, well, we've got some brownies that we baked last weekend, and then we've got ice cream we can have with those." So that's what my plan was. And she was like, "Yeah, sounds great." So after this dinner, we get dessert,
You
which
just have
I
dessert
know
every day?
they have dessert every day. And I remember going home and I looked at my mom. I'm like 8, guys. I looked at her and I said, "Mom, why don't we have dessert?" And my mom looked at me and said, "Dessert? Queso. You get rice on your plate and you get some food. Why are you dessert? You think I'm gonna give you sugar before bed? Get get upstairs." And I was like, "You don't understand. The people down the street, mom,
The white.
the white people are living a completely different
They're-
life.
Look at that shit they're doing over there.
I had a three-course meal, guys. You don't understand."
Yeah.
My mom
I
was like,
brought dessert into the household.
my mom
And
was
it's
like,
not even dessert, it's a snack.
she said, "Arroz con pollo, con carne." That's it. That's all you're getting. You've got two choices. You've got chicken, you've got beef, but you're always gonna have the rice. Always
Absolutely.
going to
Yes.
have the rice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that,
Oh,
Speaking
did you
of-
guys get to your answers? I got to my
Yeah.
answer.
wait, did we already read the
No,
question?
finally, choose some dessert.
Sorry.
All
Hey!
Hey!
Do you
Look at
want
me.
cookies, ice cream, cake, or snickerdoodles? Which snickerdoodles are a kind of cookie, but
Yeah.
the cookie that is on the BuzzFeed quiz, it's chocolate cookies, chocolate ice cream, chocolate cake, or snickerdoodles. So Lexi, you must be having some chocolate cravings right now.
I love chocolate.
Dessert. Queso.
What is that? See, and now this is what's telling me that I did grow up in a really white family is because we had like dessert before dinner nights. Like we would have nights during the week where we would eat ice cream before dinner as a treat.
Honey, what?
As a treat?
As like a little fun bonus. Like we had like karate and there was an ice cream place right next door.
You could just stop right there at we had karate.
We went to karate and then I did 7 other after school activities because I'm just gonna really lean in now. But there was a ice cream place right next to our karate dojo. And so every week we would go to get ice cream and then on our way home, and then we'd have dinner at home after. And it was like our dessert before dinner night. And I highly recommend. It was so good.
I am like in actual shock right now, guys. You don't understand. Like, I learned the word dessert for the first time at 8 years old, and at 24 years old, I learned that parents voluntarily gave their kids sugar before dinner?
I
Like,
thought it was
before they
just a
were of the
saying.
age of 18?
I thought it was just a saying, and they're like, "What's for dessert?" I thought no one actually does that, like. And then, I
No.
learned to bake, and I guess maybe it's just me because I learned to bake and I have ADHD, so like I bake and I eat what I make, like like I have it the second it's out of the oven, I'll taste it. Um, so dessert for me just became a snack. So sometimes I'll just have a snack. Right now, I like my cookies right now are not dessert. They're just a snack. And like chips, but sweet, like
Yeah.
um so for yeah, no. I don't make desserts unless like and call it dessert unless
Yeah.
it's an event. Like maybe I'm making someone else like dinner and I'm like, here's dessert. Um or I'll be out on a date and be like, I'm dessert.
Oh my goodness, Nina!
Hee.
What did I say about the paywall?
Hey, you kept it in last time. It's good reinforcement. I'll keep it going.
We're still waiting on Adam and Eve to get back to us, guys. Stay
You
tuned.
did apply. Stay strong, though.
Stay
I'll stay safe
strong,
now.
guys.
Okay, so what was
Uh,
everyone's answers?
I'm gonna get
Okay.
cake.
I
Cookies are not a
got
dessert.
cookies are not a dessert. That's why I put cake, because I'm like,
Yeah.
that feels like the most dessert-esque
It's cake
item.
or ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put ice cream because I'm an ice cream girl. I love ice cream.
Ice cream is so good. I got bubbles. I got bubbles.
I got Blossom.
I got Buttercup!
No way!
We
Hey!
have the
Let's
whole
Okay.
go.
Powerpuff Girls team!
Let's
Woo!
go.
All right,
Mhm.
Lexi, why don't you read the description for Bubbles?
Okay. I'm already feeling a little called out. Um, you are a sweet and extremely kind individual, but that doesn't mean you let people take advantage of all that emotional labor. You're
That's so
slow
true.
to anger, but once someone crosses you or underestimates you, hell hath no fury.
Wow.
Yeah, that
Wow,
one feels pretty accurate.
I
I
don't
mean,
think I
I
could have written a better description.
That
yeah.
was what we were talking about earlier too, is that like I don't come into situations from a place of like I'm gonna fuck you up, but like you get me there and I will.
Blossom
All right,
Blossom was
Nina.
my favorite though. Natalie, you got my fave.
Oh my god, am I a
Because
fave?
yeah, you are a fave. I got
I-
Buttercup. Buttercup is pretty cool too. Though I will say she was my least favorite.
That's so funny because she was my favorite.
Oh, yay!
Oh my god, we switched. Okay, tell me what
Alright.
your definition says.
Yeah. So I'm the hothead of the group because you act on your instincts and try not to overthink things. Oh, girl, I overthink everything, homegirl. You're ambitious and aggressive in your personal life, but at the end of the day, there's no one who's a more loyal friend than you are.
Very
That
true.
is fantastically true.
Oh, thanks.
Well, like, no, you see, even though you disagree, like, yes, you do overthink everything, you act on your instincts. I have seen you
yeah.
act on your instincts without even, like, questioning or hesitating.
You make that sound
Yeah.
like specific. What specific moment are you
Huh?
thinking of?
Well, just like moments in class where like I would get like a snide remark by one of like our peers,
yeah.
and you would look at them and be like, "Oh, and what do you have to say about it, small peepee?" Like,
Okay, yeah,
no
you know what?
hesitation.
And just be like, you have a comment?
Do you want to say it louder for the class?
Yeah,
Yeah.
say it louder. I have shit to say about you too.
Oh,
If there is one thing I appreciate about Nina is that she speaks her mind.
oh yeah.
She always speaks
It
her
took a
mind.
while. Took a
Yeah,
while to get
but
there,
like
but
it's a good skill to have.
once we got there, Oh my god, I almost made another innuendo. Speaking of, once we...
Innuendo is fine. Innuendo doesn't have to go behind the paywall. Everything else does.
Everything else, the specifics.
No, I mean, it wasn't an innuendo. I was gonna, like, it, once you get there, just sounds like an innuendo, and then...
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. But, you know, like, once you, once you learn that skill...
Oh my god, Adam and Eve is gonna love us, guys.
I'm stuck in a hole.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
I'm stuck in a hole and can't get out. Which I'm sure, like, is what people said before. But once you learn to speak your mind, it becomes a thing of, like, especially when you're neurodivergent, when you learn to, like, unmask a little bit and just get rid of that filter ain't coming back. Okay? That filter was made from years and years of emotional abuse and bullying. Once you have healed from that enough to get rid of it, it's not coming back unless you put yourself in a situation in which you are emotionally abused and bullied back into silence.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If you want more on that topic, listen to So You're in College. Anyway, I got Blossom, and it says, as a natural born leader, you are practical, patient, and always use your head to make any big decisions. Do I? You always have a plan for everything and are usually counted as the mom of the group. But every once in a while, you're known to let your hair down and truly enjoy yourself in the company of trusted friends.
Yeah. I mean, like, the mom friend of the group, I can definitely see that in some ways. Like, I think
you are going to be the first to have a kid.
yeah, yes.
You will be
You will
impregnated
be.
the sooner.
Listen,
You are
she
the mom
needs the
friend.
practice, all right? It's more urgent for her than it is for us.
Yeah,
God.
exactly. But, like, yeah, you are usually the one to, like, set the reservations or, like, make the plan or, like, you know, set the
Lexi-
thing in motion.
Lexi will do this every time at a restaurant. Do we have any allergies? And Lexi will sit there in silence, and I'll go, she's got celiac disease. She can't eat gluten.
Because it...
And she looks at me and she glares. She's like, it was a secret. And I'm like, you are gonna be feeling like actual shit in 2 weeks. You're welcome.
Like, genuinely, I act as if it's the biggest inconvenience to anyone else in the world. That's what it feels like to me. I'm like sitting there and I'm like, I have a food allergy. And I'm like, these people are gonna hate me.
Yeah.
All right,
You're right.
I hope you guys enjoyed that little detour. And once again, if you agree with these pairings, go ahead and comment down below. Or if you disagree, tell us why and who you think each of us are.